All right, hello and good morning, everyone. This is episode 4 of our Same Old Lions franchise, and it's a really exciting episode, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. If you missed episode 3, that's actually still processing. I did that one last night. This morning, it's still processing there. So unless you saw it live, there may be a little bit of a gap here. But the nutshell story here is that the Lions are 2-1, which, if you know anything about Detroit Lions football, they are already parading in the streets. This is monumental. If the Lions go 3-1, you're going to have people having heart attacks, people not sleeping, people. It'll be complete end of the world reactions by the fans in Detroit if the Lions go 3-1. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I mean, I probably am exaggerating a little bit, but that's kind of what it feels like being a Lions fan, where it would almost feel like we had won the Super Bowl by starting a season 3-1. So this is a big game for even fictional digital Lions fans here as we head into the Meadowlands to face the New York Giants, and who are also 2-1, who are also putting up a lot of points and yardage on offense. So we're going to have our hands full here. I think the big story of this stream, though, is going to be Pierre Griffin. And if you remember Pierre Griffin, I can just give you a quick look at him really quick. He is our second-year receiver. And let's just do a quick little bio here on Pierre Griffin. He's out of Florida A&M. And last year as a rookie, 83 catches, 1,200 yards, 15 per catch, 5 touchdowns. I mean, just a monster year. Kenny Galladay taking a lot of the pressure off of the other receivers on this team, of course, getting most of the attention. And it really opened up a lot of opportunities for Pierre Griffin. Pierre Griffin was picked in the 3rd round in 2021, 3rd pick overall there. So, again, 5'10", not a huge guy or anything, but he is a really nice deep threat option as we go back and look at his ratings here. And the reason I'm talking about Pierre Griffin is that he has an opportunity for a dev trait upgrade today. He has to do one of two things. If he scores 2 touchdowns, or if he accumulates a total of 100 yards, he will get a dev trait upgrade, which I'm assuming would be to star, which would be pretty great because he's still only 23 years old. He's already producing really well, and be able to kind of escalate that would be really, really cool. So again, here's Pierre Griffin, 96 speed, 94 acceleration. I mean, this guy can burn on deep routes. If you catch a team, especially in zone, it seems like if I can catch a team kind of sitting in zone where he maybe is in a slot or something and he gets matched up on a safety or heaven forbid a linebacker, and you identify it, and if your line blocks, I mean, he's gone. And so he has hit on a few of those, including in week 3. So again, once that streams up, make sure you check that out because he had a really, really important play for us there against the Bears. And yeah, he has just been a really, really nice spark for us. I'm trying to actually train up his shorter routes because I would love to use that speed across the middle as well for more man coverage situations and things like that. And so right now he's just more of a deep threat guy. He's kind of, if you watch the real life Lions, he's kind of like a souped up version of Marvin Hall, where Marvin Hall, all the dude does is catch like 45-yard passes. He just runs down the field by everybody, finds an opening, and Stafford hits him. It's so cool. He'll have one every week. He has like one catch and it's like 44 yards. It's the craziest thing. So Pierre Griffin's a little bit like that, but again, a little bit more well-rounded, I think, as a more complete receiver. And it's really taken the pressure out of kind of this, I don't want to call it a rebuild, but just kind of like retooling this Lions team. He has been a really, really important cog because it's freed us up from having to, not run out and overdraft receivers or anything like that. So AJ Green's a guy, of course, I would like to get going. As I mentioned, this is 2022, so it's a little bit of a different AJ Green, but kind of a possession guy, 3rd down guy that you can maybe hit to convert a 3rd down. Big news this week, DeAndre Swift is hurt for, I think, 5 weeks. And so we have gone out and signed, I forget this guy's first name, Nyheim Hines, I think, at NC State here. So he's a guy that will just he'll come in. The only thing I don't like about him is he has one trait missing that I really like to get in all my running backs, which is the fight for extra yards. It matters a lot. It mattered a lot in last year's Madden. It matters a lot in this year's Madden. And these are the things, of course, we are seeing where they're kind of just getting bottled up and they're getting tackled, but they'll kind of fall forward. And that's the difference a lot of times between converting some of those short yardage situations. So most of our backs do have it. I think even Ty Johnson has it. If we go look at his traits, yeah, fight for yards, right? See it there on the left. And then Bo Scarborough, who is our short yardage back, still fights for yards. So it's one thing I need to try and keep in mind myself. If I have a third and short, I really don't want to be running Hines. I'll probably actually look to get these guys in. And truthfully, I have 4 running backs that are kind of built into different formations and whatnot. So you'll see a handful of different backs here. Nick Escobar against second-year quarterbacks, another guy I'd love to see eventually get a trait upgrade out of Stanford. Second-round pick the same year we picked Griffin. He has an identical QB rating from his halfway, kind of played half of the rookie year or so. And so, you know, his yards per attempt is down a little bit. He's had a lot of drops this year, a lot of drops, and they don't track those game to game, but you can see the, what do you want to call it? You can see the actual drops at the end of a post game, and we have a lot. So we had like 5 one week. So anyway, but that's what's going on there. We're going to be trying to stop the run of the Giants because, again, Saquon Barkley, their defense, I think, can be susceptible. I think this is actually a really good week for Pierre Griffin because they don't have a very fast secondary. And I could see him really taking advantage on some of those deep routes, but they have to be there. You cannot force it. So we have focused on just trying to pick up blitzes. It seems like this team will blitz a lot out of a 3-4. And want to be able to pick those up because in order for those long passes to work and even short yardage runs, you need to be able to pick up on those blitz packages. So that's where the focus will be. Give you guys a quick update on scouting. We've identified a few players, nothing much here as I look at the draft board. I showed you the quarterbacks on the previous episode. So again, if you missed that, and these guys are just in order right now, right? So it kind of goes from like mid-first on down to like a late first. So, you know, really, I've just been looking at offensive players right now who might be fits, who could maybe come in and, you know, take over. Again, I kind of saw Darion, I think it's Darion Preston. After this season, Galladay is going to have 2 more years left. You know, so, you know, you start thinking about an upgrade to kind of get that big body receiver. I really like having a big body receiver on this team. So it's something that if we don't bring Galladay back on that, I guess, 3rd or 4th contract, whatever it would be, we could look to a guy like a Darion Preston, not him, somebody else, but just getting that big physical body in there. And again, just looking at more agile linemen who can get out and move around a little bit in that zone blocking scheme. And have a decision to make on Hawkinson this year, so I've started looking at tight ends a little bit, even though that was the last position I was scouting last year. But with his extension option coming up, something we have to kind of take a look at and think about. So anyway, but this is going to be all Madden gameplay. If you're looking for these sliders, they're up on Operation Sports. So if you look underneath their slider section, you can see the sliders I'm using here. It is all Madden. I actually play on broadcast cam, like kind of like a zoomed out version of broadcast camera. If you want to see information on that, go back to the very first season of this Same Old Lions franchise, the very first episode, the very first second of that video is me going over how to set up that camera properly in game. It's a little bit quirky at first. It's second nature now. I would feel weird playing on the standard camera at this point. I really, really enjoy the broadcast cameras. Like, I know this is something like Forbes writer Brian Mazique's really, really big on broadcast views, and I'm the same exact way. Like, just kind of that most authentic franchise experience you can get. And it works really well in NBA 2K. It even works on NHL. MLB, of course, you can do it. I think Brian Mazique even, I think he actually bats from the pitching view, which is intense. I don't even do that, but I know there's some other things that you can do. But it's worked really well in Madden. And so that wasn't my idea. That was a thread, again, that I came across on Operation Sports earlier this year. I tried it out. It only took a couple days in practice mode, kind of playing around with it, saying, okay, I feel pretty comfortable with this. And I mean, I love it. It's just awesome. It's totally changed the game of Madden for me. And it's been a ton of fun. So anyway, let's see if we can create some parades in Detroit. Let's see if the Lions can go 3-1. Parade material in Detroit if the Lions go 3-1. Yeah, John brings up a point. He says, I really enjoy your sliders, but have trouble with kicking. So kicking, it depends what kick, right? For kickoffs and punts, you do not want to be short on the meter. And what I mean by that is when we're talking about the accuracy, right? So the meter goes up for power and it comes down for accuracy. When it's coming down on accuracy, don't be too early. If you're early on punts, it's going to be like a bad muff punt. If you're early on kickoffs, same kind of thing. It's going to go to like the 25-yard line or something like that. Worst case on those, you'd almost rather just be a little bit past, right? You want to obviously hit it as much to the middle as you can. And if you're a little bit early, you'll be okay. But it's just if you're really early, you're going to have problems. If you're really late, it's not as impactful as being really early for some reason. Kicks, it's all about accuracy. I mean, so when I'm saying kicks, I'm saying field goals. Field goal, extra points. If you wait too long for it to go past, I mean, you're going to hook it to the left if you're a right-handed kicker. So, one thing I've done a few times, like for instance, if I've had to punt from my goal line, you've noticed this here in Madden, you can't actually see the punt meter. It's like hidden by the ticker. It's super annoying. So I'll give it a shot, but if I have a bad punt, I'll pause it right away and mill that play. I'll exit out in an online CFM, and you can load back in, and it'll just let you redo the punt. So you can either quick sim it, or you can kick it again. So again, those are just options there. So again, the focus for this game, I mean, we want to win. But man, if I can look for some opportunities to get Pierre Griffin open, even get him the ball, he needs 100 yards or 2 touchdowns. We don't score many touchdowns with this team so far, so it might need to be 100 yards total offense.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
Nick Escobar took a lot of sacks as a rookie. He's only been sacked twice so far in 3 games, so getting a little bit better at moving around with him. He's got pretty good speed. So there's our plan. Pick up their blitz. We want to try to stop their inside run. Pretty straightforward stuff. Oh, you know what? I want to make sure the depth chart's set. I'm having the hardest time getting Madden to like match up reset. I just wish they would have like a receiver lock option. Or like, let me just say like here, like on a screen, like let me just click Okuda and say, okay, I want him matched up on, Slayton or whatever. So I think this will be okay because I do want him matched up on Slayton if possible. Slayton's pretty fast. So let's set that up really quick before we forget. So I'm hoping that should do the trick. We'll see. We're going to start looking right away for Pierre Griffin here. Man-to-man coverage.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson.
So again, we'll be using 3 or 4 running backs today. So Ty Johnson just depends on the formation.
On first, and that'll make it second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, dang.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Oops, that was not supposed to be Galladay.
We're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think I hit the wrong button there on the screen.
When you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Oh, geez, that guy came over. That was a bad read. So let me show you what happened here. I was going to look for Griffin underneath, but I saw that safety at first. I don't know if he baited me. Watch the safety, the free safety. So he comes up, right? And so I just, at the snap of the ball, I see that, and I'm like, okay, I got Galladay here on a double move. And as I'm watching that develop, at the last second, I see him like, oh, wait a second, that safety peeled back. The only other guy that was open was maybe AJ Green there, number 18 on the right. Yeah, he hit a step. So again, there's benefits, right, to making a quick read. You make a quick read, but sometimes it can be a little bit too quick. And what I've tried to do on those is just like, okay, as that play develops, like let your eyes kind of look around for other options. But when you have an X-factor receiver like Kenny Galladay and you think it's single coverage, You don't start looking around too much. Daniel Jones playing well.
And what's a quarterback's best friend? Balance. I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 30.
Oh, that'll help.
Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones.
Nice.
They almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines.
So see right there, he didn't fight for the extra yard. Right? We're talking about that extra, that little player trait. He hit that guy, went right back. A guy with the fight for extra yards may have gotten the 1st down there. So it makes a big deal. And try to run right behind Frank Ragnow here, the best blocker. Should be able to get this ball. Good push. Let's go.
And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard.
So I really recommend, you know, the strategy I use with running backs is you don't need to drop a lot of money into that position or high draft capital. You get some role players, guys who can do different things in different situations.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game.
It's much cheaper. You find a lot of those guys late in the draft, free agency. See, there is fighting for extra yard, right? You can literally see the animations that it triggers. I really want to be getting the ball into the hands of Pierre Griffin when we can. It's here. It's got to be there though. So they're blitzing here. It may be.
They run with Hines. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 17.
First game as a Lion just signed this week.
Have a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I'm going to take a look here. They're in man coverage. Audible here.
This is Hines.
Ooh, he's getting some blocks today.
Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he backs it away.
Forcing it too much to him.
Down incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Ooh,
He's got his man here. It's Green.
That's why I wanted Green. A guy with really good hands, tight coverage, can bring balls in on third down especially.
14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern.
All right, 79 more yards.
Gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. So
Oh man, I forgot that was third. Looking at 2 routes there, looking at Galladay to see if that safety, but he would have been pretty tight over there. And then secondary was just the Griffin coming over the middle here, but they ran with him really well. I had for a second there Hawkinson, but I mean that on the run with a guy in your face, that's probably an interception.
2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
I had to change our kicker's number. I couldn't let him wear number 4. That's Jason Hansen's number. Ooh, big win today.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
With a 13-mile-an-hour wind?
Fielded near
Wow.
the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called in.
At Christmas, missing his tackle there.
You're our guy. Okay, we're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him. Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunity. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Hey, he's a rookie. 6th-round pick, I think. I'm not even sure why he's in the game. Oh, yeah, his hands hurt.
5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Oh, my God.
Incomplete.
Oh, incomplete. I think it.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly
catch
not
to
the way
me.
you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Good blocks, guys.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
I'm going to keep looking at this Verts play, because if we can get them in zone, which they are in now, this is the play that Griffin can a lot of times pop open here. Got it.
Come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to
Get it. Oh.
And that will be incomplete.
Dang it. That would have been his upgrade.
Instead, it's 2nd down.
I like what they did there, because many of the deep throws we see in the course
Dang,
of the game
man.
come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Woo, gone. Yep.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Detroit.
Wow, he's this is why you don't have to spend big draft capital
His first
on running backs.
touchdown on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points.
And this is with the speed parity slider at 70, so it's not like he's just blazing people. He's fast, but picked him up for free in the free agent market this week.
Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy,
Uh-oh.
sir. I'll take it.
Of
And his
course.
kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Muscles him off. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. New York ready to go again offensively. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation,
my
they
God.
punted away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines.
Crazy.
What do we need to do to pick up a first?
What I like playing on All-Madden difficulty, though, is you got really good players who make really good plays.
That's where the play began, the 24-yard line. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Uh-oh, now Joe Toller's hurt. Damn, everybody's getting hurt.
Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. From the gun, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
So on this view, when I go off screen, I hold down L1.
31 yards.
That's a real nice job right.
I hold down L1 and it kind of lets the AI take over, so I'm not quite sure. So I'm manually controlling him, and then I hit L1. Yeah, that looks like there's just a little bit of a lag there. He would have had me beat probably anyway, though. Boy, he was quick. Quick break there. He's a good tight end.
They're working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Now, this is a real Lions game, and you're a real Lions fan. You already know what's going to happen. We're going to lose by 1 point because of that missed extra point, but we'll see.
Is good.
And we had a double-digit lead. Or, I guess, well, no, we didn't. 9-point lead.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in a long line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with
Yeah, he was just killing it today. 112 yards in the first quarter. Yeah, well, we got our money's worth already.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw.
Yeah, good play.
And it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th.
Didn't want to use him in short yardage, but I felt with 3 he could possibly pop it open there.
And they didn't let him get anywhere near it.
Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Ooh, that's not what I wanted that, but
a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we
Hey, Roger. Thanks. I appreciate that. Glad to hear the sliders are working.
They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2.
Nice. Get it.
Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Lions have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here comes the defense.
Well, green on. My bad.
He will go down. Sack back at the 38.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything that was. I should have just taken off and ran. If I was looking at the pocket there, it had a big gap to the right.
And Lowe got the sack there. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown.
Actually, did the catch up or run on that?
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions.
They brought that safety back over, but that was just a really good throw.
And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because
so you know that guy was there. I mean, that throw just didn't matter.
But they found the opening and exploited it.
Lions, man. They're for real this year, maybe. Let's see if anything else popped open here. So you can see everybody started. There was a blitz on this play. And our game plan, right, picking up blitz. So that bought us the time right there. Actually, had a lot of people who would have been open on that play. That was just a beautiful throw. All right, let's not miss this extra point.
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
We're going to decline that. We need to patch this.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
I think there was a dead player. The guy looked like he had died.
The Giants going to take over again on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator.
This is a good Giants team so far.
Now it's up to the offense to get back.
Top 5 in both passing and rushing. I mean, it's early, but so far, in their own stadium, we've really done a nice job so far.
Stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 30.
You know, I think talking about draft capital of running backs earlier, and how I don't like to spend draft capital or spend big money on extensions. You can find running backs in a lot of different places. There are exceptions. I mean, a guy like Saquon Barkley, you know, if you get a really unique talent, it can really make a big difference.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second
quarter.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Jones. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Barkley.
Wow.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, so much for our game plan of trying to stop their run.
Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive.
Spoke too soon, right? Now they're right back in it here.
And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Same play.
Well, they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second.
I didn't like that play. Amazing in Madden, this guy can cover 2 players basically, right? If you kind of flood a zone, but you know he's defending either of those passes. Which is, there's some realism to it, but
line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed.
Yes. We are back.
Nowadays, these guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
A couple of first downs on the drive already. As they'll go from the 47 now on
Holy
first
cow.
down.
We got a mismatch here. That's for damn sure. Of course. I got to delay a game. All because I had to go do a quick errand. Damn. Had a touchdown there.
And that'll set him back 5.
Try that same formation and see if it's there again.
Now, 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Wow.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute
AJ Green.
Let's see if they
Got
do
a couple
it anyway.
options here.
Second and 13. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, did we get it?
Kidder here, it's complete.
Should have been.
And he
Yeah,
will
we're
be
going for it.
very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. It's a quarterback sneak.
But when you do call quarterback sneak,
just
you don't
barely.
mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, shoot. Wrong button.
Incomplete.
I meant to throw that guy way earlier, but I hit R.
And it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion.
Yeah, we have more
Even though
timeout.
this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Take a shot or two here.
7 seconds left in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Pretty much going to be Galladay or bust here.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Mistake field goal.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half on it.
Just didn't see anything I wanted to. I was more concerned about just being tackled in bounds. Galladay was smothered, so I mean everyone else was short, so I didn't want to throw to those guys.
It's the field goal unit. And this one is right.
How's that ball go that way? I swear the wind meter, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist about Madden of like things being backwards and sliders, but I do sometimes think the wind meter, the visual is like flipped. Like that ball, I should have had a slight hook and there's a 13-mile-an-hour wind going that way. And the ball went the other way. It's very weird.
We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. 31-16 was the final. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting LA Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank cue, and we welcome everyone back.
Let's do a quick check here on where we're at with our dev upgrade potential. He's only got 32 yards, so he needs 100. He's also got 10 yards rushing, though. So 42, he's a little less than halfway.
For quarter number 3.
Yeah, Ryan, nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying Madden a lot. I mean, I'm playing it more than anything right now. I keep looking at MLB The Show, like the off-season. I loaded up last night and looking around. It's weird. It's hard to do because we are out of the Park Baseball League at SSG, and you kind of get like your off-season plans confused. So I'm like, I need to kind of just, wait. Probably, I don't know. I was gonna do one this weekend. I don't know what to do though, honestly. Like, there's not a ton of like free agents I'm in love with. They're just a lot of guys who are like 32 and like. At the same time, I don't want to roll with the same team next year, so. Well, we're a 2-score lead here at halftime. Lions love blowing leads. Lions fans are already wanting to get that parade going if we go 3-1. I mean, there's going to be parades in Detroit. People are nuts about the Lions, man. Like, we're so desperate. It's just, there's no other way to explain it. The level of desperation.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That wasn't Barkley. I might have had a fumble there. We'll 3rd and 1. 4 receivers. I mean, I have to honor that, but I don't buy it for a second.
This offense in desperate
I guess they are passing.
As they come up on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
A terrible pursuit today.
The 43, but not before picking up the 1st. He was held without a catch in the 1st half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and this winds up
at Christmas, number 3 overall pick there. I think after this game we might know his dev trait. He was like 40 plays away.
Pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, what a catch.
Taken in. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I always love that they're showing like Bears versus Bengals. Like, guys, did you see this Thursday night game? It's a pretty good play. I know I've shown this play to you just about every week.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a
hell of a kick here.
Down to keep the play in
Better
front
that
of
wind
you.
behind them.
Make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense.
2-score lead. Still. Gotta get Griffin going here.
Down here in the third quarter,
we can't force it too much, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss too often. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The completion, but they go in the
I wish there was just like a throw it at their feet option, you know, because I'd get a flag if I threw it
The key to a good
away.
pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking
You get that vert play here. They're in the zone. Hey, watch Griffin here. He's going to have that safety on him. I don't care how good the safety is. Can't run with Griffin.
Then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the line to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Oh, damn.
Almost had it defensively.
So that was off screen, but you know, you kind of know the routes and you kind of know the timing. That was single covers on a little comeback. Yeah, I mean, that was good coverage, really. It wasn't a bad route at all. I mean, I threw it just about when I'd want to. A little early. He turns and the ball's pretty much there. That's just a really good break by the DB. Everyone else, pretty tight coverage. I mean, that was tight coverage everywhere. That was what I felt the safest throw there.
Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop.
Up by 9, being up by 12 doesn't really do a whole lot, I guess, right?
Defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities
I'm gonna just go for this.
If you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Johnson, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
I was going to do an outside run if they're in like a really tight formation, but they were not, so I'll try it now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition.
I'll blitz up the middle, perhaps. This could be good.
Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's their quarterback with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Lucky didn't fumble. Had to kind of put the shoulder down and go.
Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room.
Yeah, I guess we'll go through.
Now we find out about the
Well,
fortitude.
I don't know. I'm actually totally fine.
They were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't
What the
happen.
hell?
It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So the Lion offense staying on
I
the
got
field
it.
as they're
See if
going to
we
try
can
for
get this
2.
Ooh, good block.
Unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant.
Yeah, Ryan, I think it might have even been 30 at one point. I don't know, though.
When you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
Lions looking good right now.
Pettis now on the return.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
I'm a little nervous in real life today. Lions at Falcons. I think the Lions can definitely win. My biggest fear, though, is that we're not going to be able to cover their receivers.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it.
Get a big lead. Don't be afraid to start playing a little bit more zone. It helps you a lot. You know, kind of giving up those big plays. It's kind of that bend but don't break. And you've got, ooh, there we go. Try.
He was looking for Ingram.
Woohoo!
Picked off at the
Lions are hot right now.
They will take over at the 26
And sometimes it does break the offense. So there you go. I'm running out of time for what's his face though.
So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
On first down, Hines.
Oh, he's fighting for yards there.
Yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And able to get him down.
If he's open, I'm really trying to get him that dev trait. It'd be freaking awesome.
Catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, nothing.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The sack coming
Didn't see anything that I was
Tomlin.
willing to force. They brought a blitz too. I just feel like they had really good coverage everywhere. Yeah, I mean, where are you throwing there? Not near the goal line. We picked up the blitz okay. There's absolutely nothing there.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Oh, let's see.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Oh, good D. He was open too. I just couldn't get in there. Look at all that space around Hawkinson up there. Probably needed it. I was waiting for him to make his break, and I probably should have just thrown it. That's a good play.
But it's incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today.
Well, I'm going to kick into this wind. I hope it's the right direction.
And his kick is good.
Looks to me like the wind was pushing it the other way, but I don't know.
Even further.
It's very strange.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case,
the third straight win for the Lions. We lost a close game in Green Bay in Week 1.
The 22-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
Yeah, it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone.
I'm staying in nickel. I don't trust them just continuing to run the ball.
Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ooh, it's a hole. Come on.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update.
Right, when I'm trying to decide on getting NHL, that game usually is on sale by Thanksgiving, and so I was going to treat myself when I picked up the PS5. I was going to grab NHL, but because the game came out late this year, I don't know if it'll be on sale. It's usually one of the first EA games to go on sale, though.
This is Barkley.
And just not, it's a really solid game, too, from what I've seen. I really like their franchise mode a lot. I know, it doesn't sell as well as Madden, things like that. But I think, I think the whole COVID situation, like the rosters aren't set, like the offseason was delayed, so and that game doesn't, for some reason, allow custom roster sharing. And so I think there's a lot of people probably like me who are just kind of just waiting, waiting for cleaner roster. But at the same time, for me, it's like once you get into a franchise, like roster's going to change anyway. I don't. It's like the whole what ride and roster are you using for MLB The Show? What version? Like the first one, basically. I mean, I usually wait for a second one because I know he usually releases a quick cleanup one like a day later. But after that, that's it, man. I roll forward. Like I want to play the game. The rosters are going to change, so.
The Giants on third down.
Let's go, Lions.
3 for 7 so far in this game.
We're going to try to bump him here and see if we can stick with him.
Now Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off.
That Lions playing today.
And he gets this only to the 41.
They're going to go for this? We're going to protect against it. They are going for it. Wow. I almost want them to get this. I need more space to try and get the yardage for Griffin.
Wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a
Lions
great position
dominating today. This is the first time I think I've had a dominant game.
If they could get it done, well, guess what?
On
result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
All-Madden. It's the right.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
What's his yardage at? 60 plus 70 something for the run. 100 career catch. Good job, young man. Both teams are rushing the ball. Good block.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is.
Yeah, I always say I don't love the NFL, but I love lines.
You know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Lions on third down. They're right
Come on, Pierre Griffin, get open on this.
40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Jake Green. Come on, man.
On the crossing route, 4th down now.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically.
See that? See the wind? I'm telling you, the wind's backwards. I hate saying stuff like that because I don't buy into the conspiracy theory of like this slider's backwards. Things like that.
So it's 3 more points and that widens this thing out even
but that wind
further.
thing, that's different, right? That's a visual.
You know, in this league, you can never have
And so to me, my guess is that because I'm using broadcast camera, they don't probably do a lot of testing on broadcast camera. I'm thinking that the field is probably like inverted, but the game doesn't recognize that. It's probably the simplest way to explain it.
After the made field goal, here's Slide to kick this one away.
Oh, maybe not.
Pettis now on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Saquon Barkley's still killing us, but we're winning by 3 touchdowns. It's kind of a weird game.
And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive this time.
Pass defense showing up today, too.
We'll find out. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully with
so frustrating, so fast. Can't get over there.
Just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
My dog's here. My dog's ready to watch the stream. Come on up, buddy. Come over here. Say hi.
Here's 1st and 10.
I don't know where I'm at in this play. It's not good.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds.
Can't lay behind me as usual. Just like sits on my butt. It's ridiculous.
2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted.
Guys, we get to see Pat Christmas's depth trade after this game, I think. And I'm still trying to get Pierre Griffin. Let's do a quick update, by the way, on Pierre Griffin, where he's at. So he's got, what, the 13-something rushing yards. 14. He needs 100. So he's at 74. I just need 1 big catch. Come on.
You got the big lead defensively.
Come on.
Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Saquon Barkley on this play, watch.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, no. Come on, I need the ball back.
And it's going to be
Golden Tate, maybe there he is. Love Golden Tate.
At the Lions 43. 13 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 40.
That might be Fuller's first sack of the year. After having 16 last year as a rookie.
I think he was trying to go through his
Crazy.
find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down.
Come on, man. want the ball back. Let's go.
First down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 19. That third down conversion good for 23. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the side.
I usually don't like to run up the score, but I am definitely going to be trying to set up Pierre Griffin though.
Both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The quick throw complete into the flat out left.
An eligible receiver, probably? Yep. Eligible man downfield.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
I'm getting out of my focus there because I'm just really trying to focus on Griffin, but the stuff I'm calling for him isn't really opening up. I had to run him back. I just didn't get a chance to get the throw off.
Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick.
The exact same player.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
That's one of the reasons why I don't really like how they do the dev trait upgrades. It's like it does kind of give you tunnel vision. Like I've had it today. Like I've been really trying to force in the ball, and it's funny. It's, you know, this is a game where he hasn't had a big play. He hasn't, whereas when I just naturally, you know, just kind of work him into the offense, he'll have big days.
That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. Now Jones on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Jones throwing on first down.
Ooh,
and
rookie.
his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones.
Oh my gosh.
This is caught
hey.
inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Goal.
Okay, so where is our yardage at with our guy here? He still has the, what did I say, 14 yards rushing. 66, so he's at 80.
His first touchdown on the year. And
He's
the
20.
Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
He's one damn catch.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they're able to cut the
Watch them get the onside kick here.
So that drives
Like first time ever.
and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Again, I do not condone running up scores at all, but
their chances of getting that done,
he needs 20 yards, damn it.
and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll look to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle.
I think that was 20, right?
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one.
I'm just checking right now. 86. He should be good, right? I think he's exactly at 100. Again, just double checking that. So I missed about a yard. That would suck. He has 14 rushing yards and 86 receiving yards. That's 100, right? Let's take him out of the game. He's going to catch like a deflected pass for like minus yards or something.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And
face mask? What is that?
That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
That's not the clock, though, is the problem. Calls like that, doesn't it? But I guess Phelps gives you fresh shut it down, so it doesn't really matter. But Lions, man, just dominant today.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3
What is the score here? So we're up by, what, 12?
Over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a touchdown if he breaks this.
It's Scarborough again.
Oh, nope.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Johnson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able
to run this clock down. So I'll take this time just to say, I appreciate you guys checking out the stream today, episode 4. Lions going to move to 3-1 unless they block this kick, return it, get down outside kick, and score again. Which, hey, it's the Lions. Could happen, but appreciate you guys checking out the YouTube channel. Again, always streaming franchise mode things, trying to keep these modes relevant, because in my opinion, they're still the best modes in sports gaming. They just need love and attention, and that's what we're trying to bring here. So, but you can hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. That's appreciated. Hey, Wind, you're probably lying to me, but see how that? I mean, that's the wind. That's the wind bringing that back on that delayed curve. That's a backwards indicator, and I think it just has to do with broadcast. So, hey, I like the added challenge. So this means I'm what, kicking into the wind? Let's test it out. I'm not going to do anything else. Just kick it deep. It should not get there, you'd think, with 13-mile-an-hour wind, and it easily does. So I don't know. Maybe just the left to right part's off. I don't know. I don't want to start any weird theory or anything. So perfect ending though. Perfect time to be ending this game. The Lions are starting in a few minutes here. So come on, New York, hurry it up. Complete a pass or something. Let's get out of here. Back off.
Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled and now he's found a way to make things better.
No, we play, Coach, we play all the way through. All right.
But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Ooh. You can cover too.
And he's got him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
All right, Lions get the win. 34-19. We'll take it.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively.
Lions are 3-1. Guys, I've won 7 games in the first 2 seasons of this franchise total. So that makes it 10 now. Coach Tomas Pita putting it together for the Lions.
So for Detroit, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants...
Escobar, though, I mean, it's interesting. He's just done a really nice job of just game management. I mean, he had some really, really key runs when this game was still close. Converting, ran for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown. So real quietly, had a nice game. I mean, he's not putting up, like, huge yardage numbers or anything, but I mean, he's game managing, he's converting first downs. He had a lot of garbage yards. We still, 162 passing yards, all we had, but boy, they were actually really good at third down today. Those 2 fourth downs really helped us kind of put some distance between us. We look at the 2 quarterbacks, Daniel Jones, 67%, Escobar, 60%. But again, just did enough. Did enough. Rushing for the Giants, Barkley, just ridiculous. How about Nyheim Hines? His first game as a Lion, just signed him. What in the hell? This guy went crazy. And this is not a slider thing. You can see Ty Johnson's not doing that. Bo Scarborough's not doing that. He just went off. He had that long run, so 70-yard run. You take the 70 away, he still got, what, 50? I'm sorry, 70? Or no, what did I say? It was 70 run. Yeah, so yeah, 50. So 9 carries, 50 yards. You take that long one, run away. Receiving, we're obviously kind of force-feeding Pierre Griffin a little bit, but I think he's going to get the trade upgrade. I'm so pumped. Galladay, just one catch, but it was a touchdown. AJ Green, another drop. He's been really disappointing. He had a pretty big catch earlier today, but... And some of those sacks were just on me, honestly. Man, we got sacked a lot today. It's annoying. 3 sacks ourselves, all from the linemen. Jelani Tavai, interception. Sean Griffin, the rookie, almost had a couple picks. Good job pass coverage today. With the Giants, a few pass breakups themselves. Not happy about this. 4 sacks. Again, some of those are just me really just trying to wait for Griffin to open up. Barkley, 8 catches. Colt Tate had a nice game quietly. Kind of all in the second half. So, it's a win. Let's see if we got that dev trade upgrade, and I'll really quickly check on what's his face, Pat Christmas, number 3 pick, because I think we will have news on him now. So I'm going to back out of these because I want to go watch the Lions. And this is going to be very quick here. All right, did he get it? All right. Yes. Pierre Griffin. And 5,000 XP. Alright, that's cool. That's gamification right there, right? Building little games into a game. Very cool. Alright, last thing I'm checking. And then we're out of here. Pat Christmas. Could he be an X Factor? Oh, he's quick. Or he's a star. But still, that's alright. So Pat Christmas comes in as a star. That's okay. We're still excited for him. Griffin, we don't know yet. He's getting close. Oh yeah, we'll know next game on him. So, but that's it, everybody. Lions are 3-1. They're 3-1. Start the parade. Start the parades. Super exciting. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream. As I mentioned, you can find these sliders on Operation Sports. I'm Mike Lowe. I'm on Twitter at MikeLowe47. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because that definitely helps all franchise mode things. And I appreciate all the kind comments about the sliders and whatnot. And hopefully these videos are entertaining and they're helpful. And I appreciate you checking them out. So until next time, take care.